Hello there, welcome to another weekly news show. Let's look at some tech news from the previous week and some that are a couple of weeks old. Like always, all articles and sources will be linked in the description. Let's get started. Our first article comes from independent.co.uk. And this article basically states that Google knows everything about you. Not only does it have a record of what you visited when you logged in and when you did that, but it's also searchable. And it also has a record of any other user that used that browser that did not actually log in. You can get around this by using a different web browser, I guess, or maybe even using a VPN. But it is kind of creepy and scary. There are some benefits to you for this to happen, but they involve no money. This information is worth money to Google, so we'll see how that plays out. Okay, next article. The next article comes from Business Insider. It's called Nintendo's Doing Better Than It Has in Years, but it has one huge problem. I wouldn't really call it a huge problem. I think that's more like a link, just to clickbait clicks. Basically, this article states that Nintendo has sold 4.7 million Switch units since launch and can definitely sell 10 million in the first year. The only problem is that people can't easily find these consoles. Same thing goes for the 3DS. But in the last couple of months, Target would get a couple of 3DSs and they would be sold out in a day or two. They don't last that long, but now they're lasting a little bit longer, maybe because they're getting more. But I can't believe that 3DS is still selling really good. I mean, go figure, right? Now, the Target stores that I have seen get like a dozen or so in stock, but after a couple of days they get sold out. But the Switch is a different story. Luckily, I had money to pre-order my Switch, so I got it day one. But if you didn't want it, or weren't able to get it for whatever reason, or you weren't even aware of its existence, then you have to wait. Is Nintendo doing this on purpose? I really don't think so. Why? They need money. The 3DS has been long since forgotten. Not 3DS, sorry. The Wii U had been long since forgotten, and they need money to become the game power they once were. In the last couple of months, I have seen several Switches in stock at Target on a handful of separate occasions, like 3 or 4, but they quickly get sold. Hopefully the low stock problem is not as bad as the Wii U was. Luckily, I have mine and I can't wait to play Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade 2. Okay, moving on. The next article talks about Xbox One X and the so-called uncompromised 4K promise. This is from express.co.uk. So a lot of news from the UK today. It's called Xbox One X News. Latest game reveal drops 4K support as questions remain over Destiny 2. And seriously, who didn't see this coming? This is straight from the article, quote, "It was recently revealed that Killing Floor 2 will be ported over to the Xbox One." And so people wondered about the Xbox One, right? Continue with the quote. "And apparently, it's been pretty easy getting the game running on the Xbox hardware. The only problem is that the Xbox One X version doesn't support 4K. And then if you keep reading, you'll read this in the article. Killing Floor 2 runs at native 1800p, which is still pretty impressive. That's really good. It's not 4K, but that's still pretty damn good. Fixed resolution. No checkerboarding on Xbox One X. We did an experiment with true 4K rendering, but the frame rate drop was a bit too significant." What does that mean exactly? What is the end quote? What is a significant drop in FPS from 60 to 45? to 35 to 25. No, because that is still playable. Not 25, but 35 is still playable to some extent. I think the FPS dropped in the 20s, and that is not playable. That's just my guess. But because this is the way I see it, if it was above 30, then they would probably run it with said something nicer about it, like we got it to look pretty good in 4K with decent FPS, but to hit that magic 60 FPS number, we cut down on the resolution. But it didn't say that. But seriously, who didn't see this coming? Let's just see how the Xbox 4K thing goes, and let's see how they spin this news and see how they try to salvage this. Am I going to buy one? No. I already built my gaming PC. It's not as powerful as the Xbox One X, but I'm happy with it. I'm okay. 4K? No. But it plays games nice enough for me. So we'll just have to wait and see on the Xbox. Alright, next article. And this is my last article from Kotaku. Genesis Flashback review units were faulty, maker says. So the last article I want to cover talks about AtGames and their new Sega Genesis Flashback console. Let me summarize all I have read and heard about this new throwback console: garbage. That's it. That's just one word: garbage. This thing is horrible. That's what I heard. I haven't used one yet. I haven't really seen too much of it, but the consensus is that it's really bad. People complain about extra crappy games, just to make sure that the number is higher, I guess, in the Nintendo, the NES Classic, but that's not good. Also, some people complain about bad sound, like popping and staticky noise coming from the console. And I also saw this other video that controllers that come with the console don't really work that well in the UI. I mean, it looks like they're basically saying that you should back away from this and shoot it with a shotgun. But why is it so bad? Well, supposedly AtGames said that they accidentally send out consoles for review with older firmware, which is the cause of the problem. Okay, sure, why not? That buys them some time until they release it on September 22nd. It costs $80, but I don't even think it's worth $8. But if they can't fix it by then, and a normal customer sees it and decides to relive his or her childhood with that console and it's crap, there will be many returns and it will fail completely. But honestly, I hope that doesn't happen, because I kind of want to buy one, and I was kind of trying to relive my childhood, but we'll see. If I keep reading these reviews like this, I'm not going to buy it. That's it for today. I will try and stream every night Resident Evil 7 Biohazard later on, starting today. I think I could still do it. So hopefully you will tune in for that, or tomorrow, whenever, but I'm going to try to do that every day of the week. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.